find my sister?
Hospital security is already looking for your sister, Mr. McNeil. If she's anywhere on the grounds or in the building, they'll find her.
Is that possible? How long did she have to get away?
Andy doesn't need a lot of time to get away. When she decides to quit a place, she really makes tracks.
I hope you're wrong. The child hasn't any idea of the special conditions required by her disease.
But she knows she's sick, right?
Her chart was lying on the bed, and the word diabetes was written on it quite clearly. I think it's safe to assume that she read it, but we have no way of telling what the word meant to her.
It probably didn't mean a whole heck of a lot. I mean, I'm sure she's heard the word before, but I don't think she realizes how serious this is. And I do not understand how this could happen. Why wasn't anybody with her, and did anybody see her leave?
If the nurses were temporarily occupied in another room, it would have been easy for Andy to slip on her clothes and get to the elevator. Look, I must tell you, this has not happened before. Attempted escapes are not something that we're commonly looking out for. Here's the chief of security.
Mr. McNeil?
Yes, did you find my sister?
We searched the grounds pretty thoroughly already, and there's no sign of her. Oh, no. But we're going to do a room-by-room search next, and it's very likely we'll find her that way. You see, most of the kids who are reported missing in this hospital have usually decided just to do some exploring.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that's not the case. I guarantee it's not the case. She is gone, and if we don't find her, something's going to happen.
Pete, we'll find her. We'll be okay.
Well, then, maybe we should put you in charge of this whole thing, Wendy. You can sit by the phone if you decide to keep it plugged in.
Have they found her yet?
I was just explaining we're doing a room search. The child isn't on the grounds.
We don't have any time. If she has diabetes, the very worst thing she could do is be out there by herself. She hasn't even been told how to take care of herself.
Yeah, Stephanie, she knows she's sick. She read her chart. I just keep hoping that if she feels bad, she's going to come back here or to the riverboat.
But we're wasting time here. If she collapses and can't get to a telephone, we've got to find her.
This is Search for Tomorrow.
Criminal. I hate to do this, but I think maybe it's time for you to get ready to go. Huh?
No criminal ever treated me like that. Come here. You know, I think you better stick around a while and make sure I don't fall back to sleep.
My pleasure. You know something? I'm not so crazy about this schedule you're working. Working midnights and stuff, you know?
Working midnights? You make it sound like I work in a factory someplace. Down at the department, we call it last out.
I don't care what you call it. I don't like it.
Well, maybe someday I'll get to pick and choose, but right now they dish it out and I take it. How'd you get so beautiful anyway?
You're just a sucker for redheads, that's all.
Oh, you found me out, huh? You know about Carol Malone.
Who's Carol Malone? Another redhead?
I'm meaning to talk to you about this. Is a very serious heartthrob I have. Well, I had 4th grade, 5th grade, something like that. Elementary school, anyway. Anyway, we had this party, see, Valentine's party.
Oh, this is going to be fascinating.
Kristen, this is very heavy stuff. But we should give it a little respect, you know? I mean, I'm trying to tell you how I acquired a weakness for redheads.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So anyway, there was this party, and we all had to draw the name out of a hat. Then we had to make a card for that person. You couldn't buy it, though. You had to make it.
No, of course.
Right. So whose name do I draw out of the hat? Carol Malone. Right, okay. So I can't believe my luck. I finally get to tell this girl how much I think of her, how great she is, how beautiful. So, I read her this poem.
You wrote her a poem?
Well, yeah.
You wrote this girl a poem?
Yeah.
I think I'm really getting jealous.
Well, not if you heard that poem.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, no, I don't remember the poem.
Brian, come on, I'm listening. I want to hear it.
Well, it was all about her hair. I mean, she was a redhead. That's what this whole thing is about.
Brian Emerson. I would like to hear this poem, please. Come on.
Okay, all right, it went something like this. Roses are red, violets are blue. You have the nicest hair in the class.
That's it?
That's it.
It's not a poem. It doesn't even rhyme.
Yeah, I know, but it said what I wanted it to say.
What did she say when you gave her this great poem?
Not a thing. Put it in her desk, never said a word to me the rest of the year.
See, it's like us redheads. We kind of like to play hard to get. Like me, right? Or was it you who played hard to get? I really don't remember.
I think it was me. And I was, dumb. I love you.
I love you, too. But you have me a little worried.
What?
This fascination of yours of redheads. What if you and Colt have to arrest some wayward woman who has red hair, and she uses her feminine wiles on you, and then you're going to be a sitting duck?
Right, Kristen. We have nothing better to do down at Vice than have long talks with wayward women, right?
No, but really, I mean, if you can arrest the same girl maybe more than once, don't tell me you're not going to get a little bit chummy with her.
Yeah, well, maybe that happens in the movies, but the ladies that I have to take downtown, you wouldn't want to look at twice. Nobody would want to look at twice, believe me. No matter what color hair they had. And they're all tough cookies. And they hate cops. All of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't have anything to worry about?
Not a thing. You're the only woman I care about.
I like to hear that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Maybe you better get going.
Not yet.
Want me to make you breakfast or something?
No, something much more important. I have to do right now.
Just can't believe it. I didn't know Andy was so sick.
Neither did I. I don't know much about juvenile diabetes, but the early symptoms must be awfully hard to recognize. Thank goodness you did.
She just wasn't herself lately, just the last few weeks. She would come in here and drink 2 sodas in one gulp. I knew something wasn't right.
Yeah. Listen, Jenny, how long will she be in the hospital? Can we see her?
Oh, she would love to have some company. Go tomorrow if you can.
Yeah.
I spoke to the nurse on the way out, and she said she'd be there around 10 days until they can get everything all straightened out. You know, the sugar and the blood and everything. Still a lot I don't understand about this.
It could be a lot that's hard for her to understand, too, for a while.
Yeah, I know. Stephanie said that when the doctor tells Andy all about this, there'll be a psychologist there.
Oh, that's good.
And he'll explain things to Andy.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a tough adjustment for a kid like Andy to live with a disease like that. It would be for any kid.
Yeah, poor little girl.
Would you get that,
Sure.
Jenny?
Hello, Riverboat.
Oh, Jenny, thank heaven it's you. Is Andy with you?
Andy? Why would she be here?
She's run away from the hospital. We've got to find her, Jenny.
Andy's run away. When? How did it happen?
It must have been right after you left. I've called the house, and Rose is off, and there's no answer there.
Well, maybe she just hasn't had time to get there yet.
That's what I'm hoping, dear. And I've got Keith and Wendy with me, and we're going to go right over. Can you meet us there?
Oh, sure. I'll be there. I'll borrow Stu's car. I'll be there in a few minutes.
I don't understand it. Now, how could she get away without anybody seeing?
And why would she leave the hospital?
Oh, she hated it there. She kept telling me that it reminded her of the placement center in Perrysville. I guess she got so scared she just ran away.
Yeah. Well, listen, Jenny, here are the keys for my... Well, listen, why don't I drive you, okay?
No, you two stay here. She might come here, and if she does, call Stephanie's right away and let me know.
All right, here.
Okay, thanks.
Would you do me a favor? Would you ask your men to search the grounds again?
I can assure you they did a very thorough job the first time.
I'm sure that they did, but you don't know how ingenious this little girl is. I would really appreciate it if you try again.
See what I can do.
Thank you. Look, I don't know what else we can do here.
I guess not. What are we supposed to do now?
I've already tried the riverboat. She's not there. Why don't you take Wendy and go to the arcade? She may be there. We'll all meet at the house, all right?
Now, listen, Wendy, why don't you go with her? I'll hit the arcade alone. Give me the keys. I'll see you back at your house.
Well, good luck. What in the world is going on?
He's acting like it's all my fault. And it's not.
Honey, of course it's not your fault that she ran away.
Stuff running away he blames me for, not exactly.
Then what is it?
Andy tried calling earlier this evening.
Yeah, I know. I was there. She gave you the number of the hospital.
Yeah, but she didn't say it was a hospital. She didn't say that.
Honey, what are you trying to say?
I thought she was calling from a friend's house or something. I had no way of knowing how important the message was.
You mean you didn't give the message to Keith?
I had a special evening planned for the two of us. It's been weeks since we've been alone together with the new job and night school and everything. I thought she wanted a ride home from a friend's house.
Oh, honey.
I spent the whole day planning for this evening. I just wanted a few hours of privacy. So I unplugged the phone. I wouldn't have done it otherwise.
You unplugged the telephone? You didn't give Keith the message, and then you made it impossible for anybody else to get to it.
Mom, please don't make me try to feel worse than I already do.
Honey, we have to get home and see if she's there.
Okay. We're packed, Scratch. All we need now is some cash, and we can go off and take care of ourselves, okay, boy? So good to see you. I missed you at that dumb hospital. Don't ever let anybody put you in a hospital. They put me there because I lost weight. And they stuck all these needles in me and took all these pictures, and I feel just fine. They're trying to tell me I'm sick. But I can't be that sick, or I wouldn't have gotten back here, would I? Of course I wouldn't. So now you and me are going to take a trip. Just the two of us. Must be at least $30 here. Isn't that super? Come on, boy.
You know, I'd give anything just to spend the rest of the night here with you.
Yeah, me too. It's nothing worse than having to leave a nice warm bed, huh?
It's a nice warm life. I don't want to leave.
I'll be here when you get back, you know.
Promise?
You know you're gonna be late. You're gonna get fired.
Thank you for reminding me of my sworn duties, ma'am.
To the loyal citizens of Henderson?
No, to the electric company and the phone company and the rent bill. Not to mention the new payment on the car.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, aren't you glad I got that job at the riverboat? I can help you with these sworn duties of yours.
That's what I like about you, Kristen. You never say, I told you so.
Come on, I just want a little bit of encouragement, Brian. I mean, I know it might sound silly with the job that you have, but, well, sometimes my job's a little hard, you know? It's hard on my feet, anyway.
Huh. You talking to a flatfoot about sore feet?
You don't walk a beat. Come on.
I'm just teasing you. I'm proud of you.
Not half as proud as I am of you. You know, sometimes I look at you leaving and, I don't know, I just can't believe how brave you are.
Brave?
Yeah.
Most of my work has been paperwork recently. Doesn't take too much bravery to do that.
You just say that so that I won't worry. You know, you've been very lucky so far. You haven't had to use that gun. Someday you're going to have to.
Hey, what brought all this on? I mean, there's no point in thinking about that now.
I can't help but think about it. Brian, I mean, look, I pick up this gun and it's so heavy, you know? I mean, it's so real, and when I feel it,
honey.
I realize that you could really get hurt.
All right, let's not talk about it now, okay?
Look, I'm a cop's wife, Brian. And when that phone rings and you're not here, I can't help but be scared. You can't tell me not to be scared.
Well, I get scared too sometimes. But let's not dwell on it, okay? All right?
Okay. I don't want to upset you. I just love you. I don't want you to go out that door tonight.
Listen to this. First she kicks me out of bed, now you're telling me not to leave?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah. Why don't you just keep on loving me, okay?
That's easy. I love you, baby. Good night. See you in the morning, okay?
Okay.
All right, you check upstairs, honey, and I'll check in the kitchen.
Andy!
Are you here?
Andy! Andy! I even checked the closet. She's not there.
Honey, I don't think she's here. Scratcher's gone.
Oh, she took the dog. That means she's been here.
I guess we just missed her.
Oh, what's the matter? She's not here? No, she took the dog. They're both gone. Yeah, well, maybe we should get back in the car, start combing the streets. And they have got to be on foot, right?
Not necessarily. Look,
The cookie jar?
we keep the household money in here.
How much could have been in there?
Honey, I don't know. We always keep $10 to $50 in here all the time.
$50.
Andy can get a long way on $50.
Yeah, she could.
I think we better call the police. Hello?
Mrs. Wyatt? Dr. Weaver.
It's the doctor. Have they found her?
I wish I could say we have found her, but we've had no luck at all. I know you must be terribly upset.
I was just about to call the police.
I think that's a good idea. Now, they can help us. We must make every effort to find this child as soon as possible. It's dangerous for her to be away very long. The tests have come back. There's no doubt at all. Juvenile diabetes, type 1.
The tests are positive. She has diabetes. Doctor, how long do you think it'll be before she possibly goes into a coma?
We don't know exactly what her blood sugar level was when she left the hospital, so it's impossible to predict accurately. But she will be needing insulin fairly soon, and if she doesn't get it, well, you know as well as I do how weak she might become. Well, let's just hope she hasn't gotten that far away.
She had enough money to get out of town.
And enough to buy food. Probably the wrong kind, and we haven't had time to tell her yet how she needs to change her diet.
And she has a terrible sweet tooth.
Well, as you say, coma is a definite possibility. But, well, the onset would be gradual and just about inevitable about the treatment. I just wish I knew enough to say whether Andy had 2 days or 10.
But we don't have 10 days or even 1 day.
Well, you said you were going to call the police, so I won't tie up the phone any longer. Good luck, Mrs. Wyatt. Now, you know we will be standing by here in the hospital to treat Andy the moment she's found.
Thank you, Doctor. That's very nice of you. I hope that's soon.
Yeah, well, see you. Gate 6. Now, the driver will pick up your luggage, okay?
I know.
Round trip or one way?
One way.
Where to?
Cleveland.
Cleveland?
Cleveland, Ohio.
I know where Cleveland is. Look, the bus for Cleveland doesn't leave until midnight. Are you going to wait around there till then?
Sure.
Where is your mother?
In Cleveland. She gave me the money to go home. How much?
Well, you know, you can't take that dog on the bus with you.
What?
No dogs on the bus.
Why not? He'll be real quiet.
Look, where's your mother, kid? Really? Because there's no way you
Look, okay, relax. I'll go back to my uncle's house and I'll have him draw you.
Yeah, well, Henderson bus station. What? Yeah, I'm listening. Oh, there's no 9 a.m. bus. Well, why should I lie to you? What, are you drunk or something? Didn't I just say...